You've come back for some more grip goodness. I can expect nothing less from this awesome community. Today is part 3 of getting to know grip gear. And yeah, it's a lot of people ask me why did I break it up into 3 parts. It's easier to digest in smaller chunks than to make this long, like 40-minute video. It was easier just to break it up into 3 parts, so that way you can just fit it into your busy schedule. So without further ado, let's roll that bumper and get into it. The next thing in my grip arsenal really gets me a lot of points with the sound guys when I pop these out when I have problems with sound on set. That is the trusty sound blanket. Now, what are sound blankets for? They're not just soundproof things. That's a common misconception. They don't make it so you can't hear things outside. They're to knock down reflections. So if you're in a big hollow area where everything's reflecting back, you can hang one of these with some of those clamps we showed earlier, and the sound will be better, and your sound guy will love you for it. Now, that's a trick to help you gain favor with your sound guy, but what if you don't have a sound guy? Is there something in the grip world that can help you hold up a boom pole? Well, you know there is. Hold on, let me get a C-stand, I'll show you how. All right, so this is a boom pole holder. So basically how it works is you just attach a grip head. You put your boom holder into the hole that it'll fit into in the grip support. And voila, you got something that you can hold a boom pole out with, and you can put it over your talent as long as they're not moving anywhere. I mean, what do you got to lose, right? You got a free sound guy. Next up, we're going to talk about flags. No, not those kind of flags. These kind of flags. This right here is a 40 by 40 scrim, and what this does is it's extra diffusion. I like to use these outside. Well, how do you hook them up? Well, they're very easy if I can stop banging it on things. It's got the pin right here. You hook them onto your C-stand just like I showed you with everything else. And voila, obviously that's not a good spot for the scrim, but just so I can keep it in the frame, you get the idea. A lot of times these are used with the boom arms, so you can really get them out and over, anywhere you want some diffusion. Another kind of scrim is for negative fill, like the foam core I showed you earlier. This is called a 40 by 40 floppy. And this is actually a bottom floppy. And the reason it's called a floppy is because you can unhinge it, unvelcro it, and now you have twice the amount of negative fill. You can use this to hide shadows from director's monitors, or for using for negative fill, or just blocking light in general. And you hook it up the same way that I showed you on the other scrim. I don't need to show you again. So yeah, that is a 40 by 40 floppy. Next up is an item I'm sure you're all familiar with, but not something you would think of when you think of grip equipment. That is the trusty tennis ball. Now, what would I use this trusty tennis ball for? Well, I use these for feet on my stand so they won't scratch up hardwood floors. Now, there's 2 different ways that you can cut a tennis ball, and I like one way, some people like the other. I like the Pac-Man method, which is basically just cutting it straight down and making it look like a Pac-Man. Quack, quack, quack. I guess Pac-Man doesn't make quack sounds, but you get the idea. The other way is the cross method. So you'd make one here and one incision coming back the other way. And the reason I don't like this, even though it looks like it would work better, is when you put those in, there's always one of these getting in the way, and it just bothers me. So that's why I like the Pac-Man method. Let me get you some feet, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right. So we got our C-stand feet. And on the Pac-Man, you can just slide it down, and bam, you got feet right there. With the cross-top head, it seems like these little things get in the way, and while they might hold it a little more snug, I've never had any of the Pac-Mans fall off. So that's just my opinion, and those are 2 different ways you can put little sliding feet on your C-stands. Another thing that falls under the grip umbrella is tape, all different kinds of tape. I like having different kinds of masking tape because when you're marking off different actors' spots for where they need to step, it's always good if they all have their own different color. Let me show you how to mark somebody's spot. Let's say somebody's feet are right here. This is where they need to stop. Well, the way to mark that is to mark right where they stop and make a T out of it so that way they know right where their feet go. That would be a good mark and a good spot for any grip to mark location. And I have a bunch of different kinds of tape. I have normal masking tape. I have more other colored masking tape. Whoa, that just came off right with it. I'm going to take the rest of it off. I have green screen tape. I have green screen fabric tape. And the hustler of them all, grip tape or gaff tape, whatever you want to call it. This stuff is like duct tape, but will not leave a mark on your walls. It will not leave goop from the tape itself on the walls. Now, it can pull paint off these walls. So when using it on walls, you don't want to use gaff or grip tape. You want to use black painter's tape. So yeah, just a little thing. There's all different kinds of tape that I have, but most of the other stuff is just normal tape like you would have at home. Another thing I never like to leave without on my grip kit is zip ties, because zip ties are good for everything. So I know I'm rushing through a lot of this stuff, but it's because grip is pretty straightforward, at least the grip equipment is. And I don't want this video to be like a half an hour long, so I'm trying to rush through it. If there's anything that you guys want me to make a full video on, just hit me up in the comments and I'll do that. But one more thing I wanted to talk to you about is a staple of the grip community. You will not see a professional set without a ton of these, and that is the trusty Apple box. That's right. A wooden box is a staple of the grip community. These things are used for all sorts of things. Basically, anytime you need something to be off the ground a little, you can use them as chairs, you can use them as talent heighteners, all sorts of different things, and they come in different sizes. This is what's called a full Apple box. This one is called a half-sized Apple box. Can you guess what this one is? Oh yeah, that's a quarter Apple box. And a pancake. A pancake I like to use, and let me take some of these off so I can show you what I'm talking about. I used to use these pancakes the most with these wall plates. I would screw down a wall plate, and then I had a really low light stand that wouldn't go anywhere. But Matthews actually has a product for that now. It looks pretty similar to a pancake with one of these on here. I think they call it an easy sitter or a sitter or something of that matter. I'll link it in the description below, and you can take a look if you like that sort of thing. You will see people all over set doing exactly what I'm doing now, sitting on one of these Apple boxes and just taking a load off, because they make great seats on set. And like I said, they're everywhere. They're used for all sorts of things, indoors, outdoors. I mean, basically, besides a C-stand, this is probably the second most thing you would see on set, and it's close. So there is a little bit of on-set lingo you need to know when talking about Apple boxes. So when somebody says, hey, can you come, easy now, can you come and set up an Apple box Los Angeles style? What they mean is this way. So think of Los Angeles as a low, spread out city. That's what they're trying to do here. They also can talk about New York style, which is the tallest version, and even Chicago style, which is, you know, somewhere in the middle. Again, I love these Apple boxes. I use them all the time, and they are the unsung heroes of the grip world. So is that all the grip equipment that there is? No, not even close. That's just the stuff that I find most useful. That's the stuff that I own. I'll leave a link in the description to something Matthews calls the Grip Bible, and or maybe it's a Grip Glossary, one of those things. And that'll tell you more of everything that is in the grip world. They basically have a grip tool for everything. Whether you're on those weird foam ceilings, they have something for that. They have something for absolutely everything. That's why I love grip stuff, because I like having the proper tool for the job. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button over there. I don't think it'll hurt you. Studies have been done. It's not 100% yet, but I'm pretty sure it won't shock you over there. If you like this video, just give it a little tap. If you like what I do here, please consider subscribing. 95% of the people that watch this channel are not subscribed, so it would really help me out if you did so I can, make that YouTube money, because right now it's pretty non-existent. If you want to talk about any of this grip stuff, hit me down in the comment section. As long as you remember, it's not a competition. Let's all rise in this business together. I'll see you on the next one.